Hi guys, so welcome to a new Dawn. I am Dawn and today we're going to talk about what's weighing you down. I actually want to kind of share my weight loss experience, how I lost 55 pounds, what contributed to me gaining weight, losing weight, and then how I've been able to maintain keeping it off. So I'm also going to do a little light makeup today. So come chat with me. Let's get started. So, if you guys listened to my previous video, you will know that 2023 was a heck of a year for me, right? I mentioned that I got sick on my birthday, and really that was kind of the jump start to me losing weight last year. But I have been on a weight loss journey for quite some time. So in the past, I've done everything from Weight Watchers to Noom to Real Appeal, working out with friends, having an accountability partner, 100-day dash challenges at work, right? So you name it, I've tried it. And I am one of those who for sure gets into like the gimmicks, right? I've tried some of everything. But last year when I got sick on my birthday, that really was kind of the kickstart to me dropping a lot of weight. And I'll be honest, I kind of started on Weight Watchers last year, but I didn't really stick to it. Because when I got sick, I just couldn't eat anything. It was hard for me to drink really anything. Even water. Like what was happening is that my stomach was so upset after like a certain time in the evening, my stomach would just be so sour that I felt like if I eat or drink anything else, I'm gonna vomit. So I was having a hard time eating and keeping food in my body. 100% do not recommend. I actually probably lost 15 pounds when I was sick over about a course of like 2.5 weeks. 0 out of 10 recommend. Getting sick and losing weight that way is the absolute worst. But I will tell you that as soon as I started to feel better, I did pick up weight almost immediately. So the 10 or 15 pounds that I lost, I gained it back almost immediately. But because I found out that I had a gallstone, I had been to the doctor and was just trying to figure out next steps. I had already come to the conclusion that I would have surgery to have my gallbladder removed. At the same time I had my hysterectomy, right? So because I was already planning that and I wasn't in an emergency situation with my gallbladder, the doctor did give me some suggestions on how to kind of proceed and make my recovery a little better. And essentially, he told me I needed to change my diet. So part of that was eliminating fried foods, eliminating fatty foods, all the stuff that I like, eating out as much. I had to cut back on all of that. Now, it just worked out that because I was already not feeling good, naturally I started kind of doing some of that stuff anyway. And in my mind, I was kind of, starting the new year off like new year, new you. I'm about to drop this weight this year. So I already was kind of in the mindset of changing my diet. It just because I got sick and I was preparing for surgery, it forced me to do that. So as I did that same 10 or 15 pounds that I lost, gained back, I lost it again like almost immediately because I just kind of just made a complete switch. I predominantly eat chicken and turkey, and I probably have been that way my whole life, although I eat red meat, right? I've been eating red meat forever. I love a good burger, love a good steak. Tear up some bacon, right? I eat ham, I like pork chop, all of it. I like all of it. But when I got sick, I just kind of automatically eliminated those things because they were just making my stomach upset. But I had all this other stuff going on, so it was like a combination of things. One thing that I used to enjoy was yogurt, and yogurt ate me up. Okay, so that cut it out right away. I also used to drink a lot of pop. In the Midwest, we call it pop. Some of y'all other folks call it soda or Coke. But I used to drink a lot of pop and sweet tea. It's my favorite. But I had to just kind of cut back on all of that. So water is the name of the game. As I was kind of preparing for my surgery, I did lose a lot of weight. Probably about 20-25 pounds. And I say that's a lot because that was the most that I had lost at once, consistently, and kept it off. So probably between like January and May, when I had the first surgery last year, I lost about 20-25 pounds. Then when I had my surgery, and I mentioned this before in another video, when I had my surgery, I had my gallbladder removed, and to have my hysterectomy done, my arthritis in my knees really just flared up. You know, a lot of it was because I was just kind of recovering, right? I wasn't on bed rest, but I was recovering from having an operation on my abdomen. So my knees were tearing me up, okay? When I was able to, I started back doing water aerobics. Now, for me, I have found that out of all of the exercises that I've done in the past, water aerobics seem to be the most comfortable as far as putting pressure or not on my knees, and I like it. It's fun. There's a lot of older people in my class, but they are so nice and so sweet. And at first I had kind of was in my feelings about it, but at the same time, like, I've reached the age where I don't care. You know, I don't care if I'm the youngest person in the class. It's what works for me, and I enjoy going. So in December of 2022, I actually was diagnosed with diabetes. That was tough to hear, but it is what it is. And I was put on medication to kind of control my blood sugar. And the medication didn't work out so well. It actually made me sick. As I was preparing to have my knee replacement surgery, I really had to get serious about dropping the weight and dropping more weight, because the doctor told me my BMI had to be under 40 in order for me to have my knee replacement surgery. So after many consultations and medication evaluations, just preparing for 2 surgeries, what I found to treat and help my diabetes was the injections. So I do take the Mounjaro injections. It helped me lose another 25 pounds. So while it did and does help me keep my blood sugar regulated, honest opinion, taking medication to lose weight, 0 out of 10 recommend. It is not what's up. Taking medication because you need to take medication in order to keep yourself regulated and healthy, 100% advocate for that. Not taking care of yourself is not what's up. Okay, I have figured it out just by my own personal experiences. The older I get, the more I'm just like, no, you have to take care of yourself. I am a firm believer that if you need to take medicine to keep you regulated, under control, feeling healthy, I'm for that. But to take medication in order to lose weight, again, 0 out of 10 recommend. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. I started out with a low dose, and they gradually moved me up a little higher and a little higher to get me under control. And that medication kind of tears your stomach up. So even though it is regulating other things in your body, you have some other side effects that are not so fun. At this point, it is what it is. It is very much so a contributing factor into how I was able to drop some weight. So really kind of a combination of changing my diet, starting to exercise more, and taking the right medication for my conditions helped me get the weight off. Now, let's get into something a little more personal. When I talk about what was weighing me down, yeah, I had all of that going on physically, but mentally, emotionally, I had a lot of stress that I was dealing with in my past from being in an abusive relationship. I'm going to be the first one to tell you that when I left my ex, it wasn't something that happened right away as far as me being able to relieve my stress, because I walked out of my home and we were living together. And let's be honest, he was living with me. But I walked out and I didn't look back. And he did not know how to handle that. He didn't know where I was. And he did everything in his power to try to find out where I was. Not only that, once he found me, he did a lot to try to convince me to come back, but also continued to put me down. He continued to threaten me. He continued to harass me. And quite honestly, he stalked me and cyberbullied me. He would call me from a number, I would block it, and he would call me again from another number. And it was repeated. After repeated times that I asked him to leave me alone, he would not stop. I always say that it's very difficult when you are in an abusive situation. No matter what the circumstances, it's hard to get out of it. It's a lot when someone is emotionally tearing you down on purpose, intentionally doing things to emotionally harm you, and doesn't even factor in the physical abuse, right? So when you leave a situation like that, the most dangerous time is when you're trying to leave. He was escalating towards the end of the relationship, but when I left, things got worse. Even though I was 1,000 miles away from him, I was just as afraid then as I was when I was physically in the house with him. Because I just literally didn't know where he was at, didn't know if he could find me, didn't know if he would figure out a way to get to where I was. And at some point, I went back to Houston to get my things, right? And he was there. So it was, am I gonna run into him? How can I get him out of my house? How can I just stay away and be safe? So I used to actually have nightmares. I used to have nightmares about him finding me, because he used to always tell me that if I ever left, he would hunt me down and unalive me. At the time when I was going through it, I thought he meant that. He was dangerous, right? So I 100% believe that he would follow through. I 100% felt like he would follow through. I 100% felt like he would follow through. But on the day I left. I peaced out and I did not look back. So once I left and I was gone and done and 1,000 miles away from him, I ended up having to get an order of protection, which is good for 10 years. He is not allowed to come around me or contact me, whether it's my home, at my job, or anywhere else. And he's not allowed to reach out to my family. And his family or friends or anyone he knows is not allowed to contact me trying to make contact on his behalf. So, guys, that was a lot. It was a lot that happened in a short window from the time I left until the final say-so was done with the order of protection. He also, because of what he physically did to me, I did press charges. It took months, like several months. The final determination is he was put on probation for 3 years. So there is a 10-year order of protection in place and he has probation for 3 years. So there's a laundry list of things that he has to abide by. Otherwise, he's going to jail. It took almost a year for all of those things to kind of be finalized, and I was stressed. I was stressed that whole time. But once it was done, it was done. And then it was like literally a weight lifted off of my shoulder. It was around that time where I really was ready to start taking care of myself and my health again, I was down bad. I was depressed. I was anxious. I was nervous. I was worried all the time. And then I just had like a lot of other emotions going on because I had been in that situation and it tore me down, right? Like he broke my confidence to an extent. I felt like I let him do that to me. So it did something to me, right? And it took me some time reflecting, counseling, being surrounded by loved ones, really embracing and holding on to my support system, prayer, spending some time alone. It took a lot of those things for me to finally just come to the conclusion and say and know and realize and feel like I'm okay. I'm okay again. I feel like myself again. I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I'm free again. I feel like I trust myself again. I feel confident in myself again. So all of that to say is that in addition to the health concerns that I had that were really weighing me down internally, I also had a lot of stress that was heavily weighing me down. And once I figured out how to manage that stress, I had a lot more relief. And everything that I was doing to try to lose weight seemed like it started to work. All of that is to say that I'm encourage you guys to figure out what it is that's weighing you down. Figure out how you can eliminate that from your life. Because I guarantee you that once you do, even if you're not physically losing weight, that might not even be something that you're interested in doing. But the level of stress that I had and was carrying with me, once I let that go, I'm telling you, I feel like a new person. I literally am a new Dawn. So I've got to run, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Thank you guys for all your love and support. Hit me up below. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what's weighing you down. Let me know your thoughts. I am today officially 55 pounds down from my heaviest weight. I have never felt better. I actually went to the doctor yesterday and got an A+. Super happy about that. Yeah, so let me know. Let me know what you guys think. I'm feeling great. I have a long way to go and I'm actually still losing. So let me know. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you guys are doing to take care of yourselves. What are the things that you like to do for self-care? Let me know what's weighing you down. Let's talk about it. Don't forget, like, subscribe, follow me down below, and please share. Until next time, bye guys.